Now there's a grassroots effort kind of underway to keep those numbers going down, or at least keep them from going up. It's kind of bizarre, but it's eye-catching and conversation starting. These giant cages popping up around town, and you'll start seeing them outside of many Denver schools as well. It's the Don't Be a Lab Rat campaign. It is warning teenagers about the dangers of smoking pot. And then now Kristen Scovera went out and checked out these cages.
I haven't got inside one of those cages.
You got inside one? What was it like?
A little claustrophobic.
Well, they're trying to make a big statement, obviously, Kristen, about don't do weed to the younger demographic, right?
Absolutely. And when you hear that term lab rats, they're trying to talk to those underage kids who might be thinking about trying pot, making sure they know the long-term effects of marijuana are not fully understood and could lead to health problems later on in life.
This looks like a cage for an animal. That's what I first thought it was.
Curious onlookers stop to ponder the giant cage and ask the obvious question.
Is that a hamster cage?
It's not a hamster cage, but it is urging teens to stop being lab rats.
It's a little alarming to see, and then you come and you get closer and you read the messages that they have here.
The messages are now all over downtown Denver, raising questions about underage marijuana use and its long-term effects. 12-year-old Adelia Lee says the large water bottle grabbed her attention and she had to take a closer look.
It's interesting to see. Maybe people might take notice of it.
The campaign is statewide and targets 12 to 15-year-olds using eye-catching art pieces, TV advertisements, and YouTube commercials. Currently, cages sit near the Denver Skate Park and outside the Denver Public Library. But more of the experimental lab rat cages will be installed at area middle schools and high schools this September.
As a parent, I'm really grateful that someone's thinking about it, reaching the younger children.
And while all the parents I spoke to say that the art installation is a good idea and sends a positive message to their kids, others may say the city is already responding. You can see pot paraphernalia left behind, and I can smell it wafting through the cage just over my shoulder. 17-year-old Sarah Heiner says the messages are too negative. She's been smoking pot since age 12.
I definitely feel like it's helped a lot with anxiety. I think younger kids have a lot of pressure on them.
But most of the kids enjoying the park told me they're just high on life.
I just kind of avoid it and just skate.
Giant rat cages. That's interesting. But my question is, Kristen, who's paying for all this?
Well, that's right. It's funded by a grant by the state's Attorney General's office in the city and county of Denver. And this is not the first or last time you will be seeing them around town. If you go to Red Rocks, maybe for the Fall Out Boy or Paramore concert, they will have them set up there. You can step inside and take a look.
Right.
So,
well,
yeah.
I think that if you're a teenager and you see this, you're going to go check it out. So I think the campaign is geared toward the right demographic with Don't Be a Lab Rat. It kind of grabs you and says, hey,
it's hard
check
to
this
walk
out.
by it and not stop and look and get inside it. So I think that they're doing a pretty good job getting people curious.
Right.
So I think we'll see more of them.
And we'll see if it makes a difference. All right,
Absolutely.
Kristen, thanks so much. And now those who are